Yes, guys, yes, it finally happened. The alpha of Hyperon is finally announced for April 30th. But it is maybe not as exciting as you all think. We'll get into that. We'll also get into more updates on the merger, stuff like that. And then we'll also get, of course, into the Bitcoin price as every time. And then the Llama 3 model, the biggest open source model, has been put out by Meta. And Firefly 3 has been put out by Adobe and it's connected to Photoshop. We'll look at all of that. But first of all, how are you all doing today? What's going on? I already saw you in the chat, Brandon. Nice to see you here. Great to see you here again. Shout out to all of you. 7 people already watching. I forgot to say this every time, but it would be great if you could smash a like button. I would highly appreciate that. But yeah, let's get right into it. So the big thing, right? Hyperon Alpha announced. Let's have a look. And first of all, just let me share this. If I can find it. Why are my tabs all screwed up? This is a little bit annoying. Here we go. All right. Yes, Hyperon Alpha is announced. You can see it right here. That's this post from the SingularityNET X account. And this is basically everything. They also announced it in their monthly wrap-up. And Ben Gertz also announced it in their Technical Tuesday wrap-up. So yes, they announced the Hyperon Alpha. We have all been waiting for it, and it's finally here on the 30th of April. But I have to hold down your expectations a little bit and don't get too excited about it. It's great. It's fantastic. Yes, the alpha is getting out. But for now, the Hyperon Alpha will be mainly great and cool for developers and researchers. So if you are a developer, a researcher, someone who is really deep into the AI field, someone who wants to learn the programming language behind Hyperon, this is fantastic for you. For the normal everyday user, not so much. Of course, we'll look into it once it's finally there. But from what I have seen so far, from what they have said so far, the alpha for now will mainly be all about the programming language Meta, about a playground where you can run the programming, the programs that you maybe test with Meta, and not so much for the regular everyday user. So for you, me, and everybody who is not an AI researcher or an AI developer, there's probably not that much in there yet. Now, I could be wrong, but from what they have said so far, from what I hear from them, this is probably how it will be looking like. And I think like maybe I think either Ben Gertz has said this on the Technical Tuesday or maybe someone else, but a full user-friendly Hyperon Alpha for the regular everyday user will probably be fully out by mid of the year. So in about 2 more months or 1 to 2 more months. Right now, again, it's mainly for developers and researchers, from what I understand. So yes, it's great, fantastic. It's a major milestone, but don't get too excited just yet. If you imagine you jump in there and you can play with it and you can talk with it just like you talk with ChatGPT, this is probably not it yet. Of course, we look into it once it's out. But yeah, this is probably not it yet for the normal everyday user. Let's look at this here. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this will be it, but they definitely mentioned this portal when they announced Hyperon. This, no, let me put myself down here. This is meta-lang.dev. Now, on here, you already have tutorials from Meta. You can learn the programming language Meta, your basic tutorial, introduction, things like that. And then you have a playground up here. And in this playground, you can already put in your Meta program, and then you can run it. So if someone here is a programmer, a developer interested in learning Meta, this is where you go. And this is maybe also the site where they will put out the Hyperon Alpha. I'm not sure yet 100% what will all come additionally onto that portal. And maybe it will also be a different site, but in the announcement, it was a little bit unclear if this will be the site or if there will be a different site. So we'll have to wait and see. It will be in about 6 days on the 30th of April when we will know more. But yes, for now, amazing. Alpha is out. But we'll need to wait and see what we can actually then do with Alpha, or if we can do anything with it for now. Now, this is of course still very big, but probably not what many people have been hoping for. And this is also something I want to mention here. As I say every time, we always want to stay critical, especially of the things that we are excited about the most. Especially of the things that we are excited about the most, because this is where our blind spots are. And I know we're all here hyped and pumped up, and yes, ASI Alliance and Hyperon will go out and it will go parabolic and it will be amazing. And of course, I hope that, and from now I also think it will happen, right? But we always want to stay critical. And one thing that I feel like SingularityNET is very bad at is proper communication, right? Proper communication, I feel like, is not their strong suit. They announced the alpha now with the caveat that it's mainly for researcher developers, but I am not sure. Like, I have watched the announcement video, I have watched the video, the Technical Tuesday, where Ben Gersel talked about it. I have read through their X official channels and through their Telegram channels, and I am a little bit uncertain what actually is going on. And if I have done all of this and still a little bit uncertain, then they really should work on their communication to the outside. From what I think, what I have seen, again, from what I think, what I have heard and seen, the alpha will probably be for researchers and developers to play with, but not so much for the normal everyday user. But am I 100% certain that this is the case? No. Maybe there's something for the normal everyday user. I don't know. For now, I can just tell you we have to wait and see. And again, I can say that SingularityNET really needs to work on their communication, because I have noticed this quite a few times now, especially when it came into the merger and nobody knew what was going on and what was going to happen. So yeah, in terms of communication with the outside, with the general public, there's definitely a lot room for improvement. let's say it like this. Again, I love SingularityNET, I love the ASI Alliance, but yeah, the room for improvement is definitely there. And I know this question comes up every time, so let me tell you right away, no, we don't have a date for the ASI token merger yet. I will tell you once we have a definite date. For now, the ASI token merger will happen likely in the first week of May, maybe later, right? This is what we know so far, likely in the first week of May. This is what they aim for, but maybe it will happen later. We'll just need to wait and see. And of course, I'll let you know right away once we know it. All right. By the way, any other questions, despite the token merger question that comes up every time? Leave your questions in the chat. And maybe just say hi. Say hi. Shout out to all of you. Bren already said it's a sunny day in Ireland. Right now, it's also sunny over here in Germany. It's a little bit sunny. The whole day was rainy. Now it's a bit sunny. Well, we'll see how the weather goes. April is always crazy weather over here. Good. Then two other really, really cool things that I want to share with you. First of all, here, SingularityNET. Let me put myself down here. SingularityNET wins the Best Crypto AI Project Award at the Blockchain Live Awards 2024. And this is pretty cool, I have to say. We are honored to announce that we have received the Best Crypto AI Project Award at the Be Live Forum Awards 2024. This recognition highlights our contributions to the advancement of decentralized AI technologies. We are grateful to our dedicated team and wider SingularityNET community for the unwavering support in pursuing our shared vision, creating decentralized, democratic, inclusive, and beneficial AGI, and shortly after, ASI. This award also represents a testament to our belief in our mission and your contributions to our collective journey. Thank you. And I think this is quite big, really cool. And as you see down here, the votes, SingularityNET won before, I think this is BitTensor, and before Fetch AI. So really, really great to see that. And in the same breath, I also want to mention, right, this here. Fetch AI is one of the most well-known and best crypto projects overall, as you can see here. This shows, what is this, a crypto project social activity reward. And SingularityNET is really, really, I mean, this is pretty cool. Obviously, Bitcoin is right on top, right? Then comes Ethereum, no surprises there. Then we have Solana and Cardano. Also, I would have expected that, so no surprises there. Then you have BNB, still pretty strong. This is quite a little bit of a surprise, but well, it's a big token. It's high in market cap. So yeah, then comes Injective, and then comes Avalanche. Now, Avalanche ecosystem really growing by a long shot. And then we have Fetch AI. And this is pretty big. Like, when it comes to social activity, Fetch AI, one of the biggest crypto projects out there. And this, together with the SingularityNET winning the best crypto AI projects out there, is freaking great. I mean, Fetch AI and SingularityNET basically being very well recognized products, crypto projects, the most favorite crypto projects in the AI community and in crypto overall. And now they're all merging together, also together with Ocean Protocol. This just shows how strong of a community the ASI Alliance will have backing it. And in crypto, it really is all about the community. Of course, it's also a lot about narrative and hype, but if you have a strong community behind it, your project will do well. The community, and we have now the community of SingularityNET, which is amazing strong, just voted SingularityNET to the best crypto AI projects, and the community of Fetch AI. And as you can see right there, per social activity, it's one of the strongest crypto projects there is. And then we also have Ocean Protocol, of course, also a very strong community. So this is just amazing for the merger, and I'm very, very hyped about that. SingularityNET in Switzerland. Okay, I don't know about that. Fetch and XRP. Okay, is there a Fetch XRP collaboration? Not sure if you mean that. If so, please elaborate on that. But yeah, this is really, really damn cool, and it just shows the strength that really is behind the ASI Alliance in terms of community and in terms of reach in the overall crypto market. But of course, when it really comes to the vision, we are not that much interested. Of course, we are interested in the overall crypto market, but what interests us much more is the overall broader AI market, right? The overall broader AI market in general. This is where we want to really shine, which we will hopefully do. No, I mean, I love Fetch and XRP, sorry. Okay, yeah. I mean, this would have been cool, right? A partnership between Fetch and XRP, but yeah. No, I also am I don't know if I love XRP, but I definitely hold some XRP, not a lot, but some. And now let's get into, where do we have it? Into what Bitcoin is doing. And why do we always get into Bitcoin? We always get into Bitcoin because whatever happens to Bitcoin happens to the rest of the market. So we want to see what Bitcoin is doing when we think about the ASI token, what the potential of the ASI token is when it finally gets merged. And again, the merger will be live probably in the first week of May, maybe later. We don't know an exact date yet, so don't get scammed. Good. But now let's look at a BTC. And actually, let me put myself down here again. All right. Good. What did we look at? Now the halving happened. Yes, the halving happened, and we had our drop. So weekly, and this is monthly. Monthly Bitcoin is looking good. Strong uptrend in the monthly. I think Bitcoin always has been in a strong uptrend in the monthly. Since Bitcoin's existence, it has been in an uptrend in the monthly time frame. So there's really nothing to worry about. So we still have our big monthly fair value gap down here, which we have not gone down to just yet. I'm not sure if we will, to be honest. I'm not sure if we will go down here. We could be, it's not out of the cards, but I'm not sure if we will. Let's get rid of the ASI. All right. I'm not sure if we will. Now we are dumping currently. Let's go into the weekly. In the weekly, we have, it's this compression candle, you could say. We'll see how it plays out. We still have a few more days in the week. What I would really like to see would be we are not getting below this swing low here. Let's get rid of this for just a moment. Yeah, this swing low. I was thinking, because we were down here, of course. This is our last swing low, and we have gone below it right here. And what I would like to see is us not getting below the swing low. Now, if we come down here, we will probably go through this entire fair value gap. But yeah, we'll see if that happens. I would like us to not go below this. Actually, right now, it's not a swing low yet because this candle confirms the swing low. But yeah, I would like us to confirm the swing low. This candle can be bearish. Maybe I don't really mind about that, but not go below this wick here, and I'm fine with that. Right, let's go back to the halving again. Good. Now, when we look in the daily, we have this daily fair. Well, it's all the way up here. This daily fair value gap right up here, as you can see here, into the wicks. Now, I would like to see us take this fair value gap. So if we pump, if there's a pump, I would fully expect us to pump through this fair value gap, probably right up here, and probably take this. You could call this a kind of double top. I would expect us to take this if we pump. Now, as you can see right now, we are back in a downtrend. We are actually at, what is this, 64K right now. So we dumped quite a bit. Again, not unexpected. I'm not worried at all about this. We can dump quite a lot. As I said, even if we dump through the whole fair value gap right down here, if we dump through all of this, I would not be that concerned, not be that worried. Down here, this red line, this is the weekly swing low. If we go back here, this is the weekly swing low. If we go below this, I start to get really concerned. Now, if we go near that, I maybe start to get a little bit concerned, but yeah, it's okay if we dump here. I don't really mind. Now, we have looked at the halvings. What did we see before the halvings, or right around the last halvings? We did see a pullback from the high before the halving of about 20 to 40%. Right now, we had a pullback of, we should take this week here, of 17%, right? So it's not quite there yet, but I would be, maybe this is it. Maybe this was our full pullback right around the halving, and now we gear up to shot through the moon. But again, I would be totally fine with us coming down here, 20%. This is a scenario that we dip down here, 20%, and then we shoot up. Or maybe we also go all the way down here, 40%. We have seen 40% before. So I would not be worried if we drop 40% from the top here, because we have seen it before, actually quite usually right around the halving. So I would not be worried. But this might be it, and we might just make a little bit of compression here and then shoot up. But who knows? I don't have a crystal ball. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, why is that important? Because the ASI token will follow Bitcoin. This is just what it is. Now, you have seen last live stream, we talked about how ASI maybe could decouple. This may happen if we bring out Hyperon, not just Alpha, but a version that really everybody can use, everybody likes to use, and that is, or attracts at least a fraction of the users that ChatGPT attracts. If ASI has such a strong fundamental use case, we could see a decoupling. I actually fully believe that we then see a decoupling for sure. But for now, ASI token will follow Bitcoin. So for now, be wary of what Bitcoin is doing. And if Bitcoin dumps, expect a dump for the ASI token as well. If Bitcoin pumps, ASI will pump as well. Now, at the point of the merger, again, we don't know when the merger is likely. on the first week of May, I would probably, I have no idea actually. Like, I don't have a crystal ball. I could make an argument for dumping when the merger happens and also for pumping when the merger happens. So we'll just have to wait and see. I think every pullback is a probably good opportunity, not financial advice, of course. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just making educated guesses, but I would say every pullback is a good time to buy because I see the ASI token really going through the roof. Even if Hyperon is not that amazing, even if the alpha is not out, even if we cannot use anything, I still see the ASI token go through the roof when the bull market really starts, just because the AI narrative is so strong. And crypto prices are completely narrative driven. The strong community is great because it spreads the projects more. This is perfect. But perfect ties perfectly into the narrative-driven nature of crypto, and the AI narrative is extremely strong, and the AI narrative will just get stronger and stronger throughout the year. Like you see it. Open source is big now. We'll look at the Llama model in just a second here, which is open source now. Also, small language models are becoming the next big thing, right? The AI narrative just gets stronger and stronger. And then articles already reporting about, hey, decentralized projects would be great. So yes, I think just pure narrative based, the ASI token will do amazing in the bull run. But as always, we'll have to wait and see if that actually happens. Never take anything for granted. But now let's look at, well, actually first, before we look into that, do you have any questions about the merger, about ASI? Anything that you want me to look at, talk about, anything important that I've maybe missed? This is also a thing, like I cannot take care of everything. I try to have an overview, but if there's something where you say, hey, this is cool, why didn't you talk about that? Then, hey, please let me know. Let me know and I'll share it with all of you. And like this, we can learn together. All right, good. But it doesn't look like you have any questions in particular. Then let's look at, and I think this is also a very, very cool story. Let's look at, oh yeah, let's first look at this one. Yeah, this is what I wanted to look at. This story right here, because it also relates to crypto projects. So, breath. I'll say Breath. Breath joins forces with Akash Network to offer on-demand GPUs for AI developers. And this is pretty cool because Akash Network, Akash, I don't know, I'll just pronounce it however I want to pronounce it, is a crypto project. Now, if we go down here, Breath Dev, a platform that simplifies the development of AI ML models, and Akash Network, a decentralized cloud computing marketplace, join forces basically. So provide Breath Dev users with seamless access to Akash extensive network of GPUs, enabling them to scale their AI projects without the limitations imposed by traditional centralized cloud providers. So why is this cool? Why is this pretty cool? Because Akash Network is a crypto project. It's a decentralized crypto project, and Breath Dev is not. Breath Dev is basically a project that helps people to scale up their own AI solutions. And as you all know, for AI, you need compute. You need GPU, you need CPU, and all of that good stuff. Now, Akash Network is a decentralized crypto project that helps or provides decentralized compute for AI projects. And them teaming up with a project that is non-crypto basically is pretty cool news in my opinion, because it just shows that crypto and especially AI crypto becomes more and more mainstream. This is why I think this is a pretty cool story. So as you can see down here, the Akash Network, often described as the Airbnb for cloud computing. As I said, they provide decentralized compute for AI networks, uses a decentralized network of global providers to offer cost-effective and flexible access to computing resources. And here, the Akash Network's decentralized approach solves this problem by providing on-demand access to a wide range of GPU models, including NVIDIA H100, A100, and A6000 at competitive prices. makes one-click deployments for fine-tuning or deploying state-of-the-art open source models. So yeah, what I just said, it's basically an AI deployment or an AI solution for people to deploy their own AI solutions. And Akash Networks, the Airbnb of cloud computing is a good name. All right, good. What do you think about that story? Do you think like this shows, just as I think, crypto becoming more mainstream, and especially AI crypto becoming more mainstream? I think this is pretty cool news. But now, let's get into the really cool news. Nothing to do with crypto, but a lot to do with AI. And I am very, very happy about these news. If I can find them here, yes, right up there. Llama 3 launches. Let me put myself down here again. So, Llama 3 launches alongside new standalone Meta AI chatbot. And this is great because it launches open source. The most powerful open source AI model yet released is the Llama 3 model. The Llama 3 family initially includes two versions, an 8 billion and 70 billion parameter version. For now, the Llama 3 8 billion and 70 billion versions offer benchmarks on par with, or in some cases, more than doubling the performance of rival models from Google, Llama and Gemini Pro 1.5, Anthropic, Claude 3 Sonnet, and Mistral 7 billion instruct. And this is pretty great. On the same level, on par with it, or even better than these big models. This is freaking amazing for an open source model. And we'll get into something really cool in just a second, into another thing here. But down here, Llama 3 is also powering a new standalone Meta AI chatbot available on the web at www.meta.ai. Now, I cannot use that because I am in Germany, in the European Union. I don't know if you can use that. Probably not if you're not in the US, but you can still use it. You know where you can use it? You can use it at po.com. You can just go to po.com, where you can also use Claude 3 Sonnet. Then you click on more right here, and there you see the Llama 3 70 billion Groq. We'll get into that in a moment, but yeah, you just scroll down here, and then yeah, you have your Llama 3 70 billion models here. So yeah, you can use them if you want to with po.com. Now what is this now? Llama 3 70 billion Groq. I thought Groq is the other AI model, but no. Groq, the AI model, is actually Groq with a K. This is Groq with a Q, and it was there first. Groq with a Q is actually a chip developer, a new chip developer startup that develops, just like NVIDIA, chips for AI models. Let's get into that because this is really cool. Groq's breakthrough AI chip achieves blistering 800 tokens per second on Meta's Llama 3, and this is pretty big. In a surprising benchmark result that could shake up the competitive landscape for AI inference, startup chip company Groq appears to have confirmed through a series of retweets that its system is serving Meta's newly released Llama 3 large language model at more than 800 tokens per second. 800 tokens per second. Now, the article says in just a moment, a little bit further down, that normal other competitors have a tenth of that. So that would be 80 tokens per second. Now, 8,000 per second is pretty great. If we go down further here, Groq's architecture is a significant departure from the designs used by NVIDIA and other established chip makers, and this is very interesting. Instead of adapting general-purpose processors for AI, Groq has built its tensor streaming processor to accelerate the specific computational patterns of deep learning. Groq asserts is a dramatic reduction in the latency, power consumption, and cost of running large neural networks compared to mainstream alternatives. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? Now, when we look at NVIDIA and how NVIDIA is building their chips, they just build upon the GPUs and CPUs they have always been building, right? They have always been GPUs and CPUs been built for compute, and they just make them larger, bigger, and scale them up. This is what NVIDIA is doing. What Groq again, Groq is not from Elon Musk. The Groq model, this is a Groq chip company, the startup. What they are doing is they are building the chips with AI in mind. They basically make a clean slate, and they say, okay, what would work best for AI? And they build their chips just with AI in mind. And this is how they achieve faster throughput, less energy costs, and whatever else I said in the article, right? But these are the two big: faster throughput and less energy cost, way more energy efficient. And this is freaking amazing. And with this, like 800 tokens per second, they really give NVIDIA a run for their money. And I really hope that the ASI Alliance will get compute from this, from Groq, because this is, first of all, it's cheaper, it costs less energy, and it's faster. And as you all know, SingularityNET just held a vote to release, I think, 100 million locked up AGIX tokens just to gain more compute. And I know they are in talks with server farms, also with mining farms. And right now, this also could be a good opportunity, because right after the halving, a lot of miners, for them, it's not profitable anymore to mine Bitcoin because the energy cost gets too high and their Bitcoin rewards have been cut in half. But maybe it's profitable for them to rent out GPU for SingularityNET for the ASI Alliance. But in saying that, I still also hope that they know about Groq and that they will look into that, because this seems like a very huge opportunity to get a lot of compute for a lot cheaper than going the traditional route and going with this startup, which seems to build very great chips with AI in mind first. So as you can see here, the performance of 800 tokens per second translates to around 84,000 tokens per minute, fast enough to generate about 500 words of text per second. 500 words per second. This is nearly an order of magnitude faster than the typical inference speed of large language models served on conventional GPUs in the cloud today. So yeah, an order of magnitude. So usually it would be like 50 words per second. And this is freaking huge, as I said. These chips are amazing, if this is true. Now, from the back tests that other companies have done, this seems to be true. They are not just boasting, but it seems to be actually true. And this is really freaking great. So yeah, as I said, the Llama 3 model, really big that this is out, because it's open sourced, and in comparison or in conjunction with this new chip developer, startup making such amazing results, really is a big exclamation mark against the competitors in NVIDIA and also the other language models. And I'm very excited to see what route SingularityNET or the ASI Alliance will go down now when it comes to securing more compute for themselves. I think we all need to be very clear about this, that the big AI war of our decade will be compute. Like, this is really what it's all about. The big war of AI is securing compute for your AI model and making your AI model as compute efficient as possible. Of course, compute meaning chips, right? GPUs, CPUs, more specialized processor units, this kind of things. This is really what it's all about right now, getting more compute. Like last time on the live, I talked about this big server farm Microsoft is building. What was that? 100 billion server farms, something crazy like that. An unfathomably large number. So you really see compute. This is where it's at. And now Groq, this chip startup, showing off the new chip with the Llama model, showing that it's so much faster and so much more energy efficient, is a freaking big deal, which I am very excited about. And again, I really hope the ASI Alliance is well connected and maybe secures some compute, some chips from there. This could be, I mean, of course, it's just, spitting out stuff. I have no idea, of course, and this is just a dream, but this could be a freaking amazing partnership, especially, and this is also why I like the Akash story that I talked beforehand, especially since we are seeing normal companies partnering with blockchain companies now. Akash network partnering with the Proof company is freaking amazing because it's a blockchain company partnering with a quote-unquote normal company. So this makes me positive to think about, yeah, maybe the ASI Alliance could partner with Groq. Who knows? I have no idea, but this would be freaking extremely cool, especially when you see, like I talked about in the last live stream, that SingularityNET has secured a partnership with Unity, which is a huge capital giver. So there's huge institutional money inflow in the ASI Alliance. So they are really gearing up, also with the AGIX token unlocks, they are really gearing up to secure a lot of compute. I think this is what it's all about, right? The institutional money, unlocking the AGIX tokens, all of that, it's all about getting compute to power the AI chatbots and the future AGI, and hopefully then ASI. So yeah, this is really what I will look out for the most. What is the compute partnerships? What actually is the ASI Alliance securing there? Because I think this will be the biggest stories. The more compute, the more GPUs, the more CPUs the ASI Alliance can secure, the better, the faster, the more mainstream Hyperon has a chance to become. Because this really, without compute, nothing can be done. We really need to be clear about this, that it's all about, and this is unfortunately the truth, it's all about having enough money to secure a lot of compute for you. There are also a lot of articles that talk about this, how small startups really don't have a lot of chance to compete because all the compute gets secured by the big players, and they really don't have a lot of chance to compete. This is why also Groq is so big, and small language models get so big, because small language models need a lot less compute, and Groq now, as I said, has this way more efficient chip. All right, now we talked 20 minutes about compute, CPUs, and GPUs. I hope you're not all bored to death. Yeah, but I would love to know your thoughts on that. Let me know your comments on that in the chat or down below if you watch this on the replay. Do you also think the big AI war in the future, in the next decade, will be all about compute? By the way, if you watch this on the replay, drink a shot whenever I say compute. make this your new drinking game. All right, good. Let's get into the next story right over here. And I just have to talk about this because it's just a cool story. Where do we have it? Yes, here we have it. Adobe launches Firefly 3. And it's fully compatible with Photoshop, or it's basically fully integrated into Photoshop. So yeah, a new fleet of Gen AI upgrades to Photoshop, including putting the image generation capabilities of its newly unveiled Firefly Image 3 AI model directly into the program. Adobe Firefly Image 3 will also exist as a standalone web app like its predecessors. So you can still just use Firefly 3 just like before. Probably you still have, or no, you still have free use. I don't know how much free use you have, but you can use it for free for a certain amount of generations. So instead of users having to generate an image with a standalone Firefly web app, download it and import it into Photoshop, they can simply click the new Generate Image pop-up over menu option directly in pop over menu option directly in Photoshop, type in a text prompt or select from several preset starter options and edit them, which is pretty great. Now they have talked about implementing it or making it compatible, integrating it into Photoshop for a long time. Now they have finally done it. Here they talk about a few features. That feature allowed users to highlight portions of an existing image and replace or augment what was already there by clicking the Generative Fill button and typing in a text prompt for what they wanted to add, remove, transform, or replace. And the Generative Fill feature is really cool because you can just, yeah, as I say here, select something and then type in whatever you want to have there. Also, you will have a generate background in Photoshop, which simplifies the creation of seamless backdrops. And is there anything else? No. Just, yeah, these are two of pretty cool features that especially companies can use very effectively. And now I wanted to show you a few images on X that a few users posted. Let's go into this one here first. And I think this is Firefly, generated with Firefly 3. Actually, let me show the user first. Amira Sairi. So give her a follow. I just found the images on my. Actually, I found it. I'll show you in a second. But yeah, what do you think about this image? Does this look realistic for you? I mean, this flower down here in the left corner, I think this maybe gives away that it's AI because it's a little bit makes no sense. This flower is dead basically, while this is in full bloom. But aside from that, I think this looks pretty damn cool. Also, this ladybug here. I mean, look at the freaking detail. This is pretty amazing. Also here, grasshopper. I could just be macro photography. Or would you think, oh yes, this is AI generated? I'm not sure where I would see the clue that this maybe is AI generated. I think this is pretty amazing. And also this fly here. I mean, the clue here for me would be the eyes. Because the eyes are really just a red dot, I think it would look a little bit, yeah, not as clean as these eyes. But aside from that, it looks pretty amazing in my opinion. So yeah, Firefly 3 looking pretty cool. Let's look at yeah, this here. Here we can see the generated fill examples. So you see, you just have this image, and now in Photoshop, you can just expand that. I don't even know if this is Photoshop. And then you can just, yeah, let it fill whatever it thinks comes. And yeah, as you can see, after that, it just looks like this. How freaking good is that? I mean, look, this is the base image. You just have like the upper body, and it generates all of this. How she's holding the cake here. I mean, the cake is maybe not that perfect, but I mean, come on, this is freaking great. So yeah, really cool. And I'm looking forward to play a little bit with that. And you all can play with that as well on at adobe.com. And this here, the humans I wanted to show off. These are here human pictures, you know, with the backdrop. And if we go, like, I mean, this is crazy good. But image generators have been good with humans. So, but one thing that I really like about Firefly, when we go here, I really like the wrinkles. If you see here the wrinkles around the eye, this is something I have not seen in other image generators, that it creates the wrinkles that good. I mean, the skin here looks a little bit off maybe, but man, all the wrinkles here at the hand, this is freaking amazing. You also see it here. I mean, how good is that? Just look at the forehead, man. The wrinkles, it's such amazing detail. So yeah, it's getting crazily good. I think generative image generation, AI image generation is just getting freaking amazing. I would say this is photography. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell, yes, this is AI generated. We are at level now, man, it's just one-to-one photography. Yeah, I don't know what else to say to this. It's freaking great. And I am blown away. Yeah, that much to Firefly launch. And one thing I have to say here is I hope, because I know SingularityNET is working on an image generator. Actually, let me find Skynet, yes. Skynet is what we want, right? Hyperon will basically be Skynet. Hopefully a very friendly Skynet. Hype for the ASI, see what happens. Crazy good. Yeah, it's really crazy good. I mean, it's freaking crazy good. You dominate the chat here, Brandon. Nice to see that. I wonder, where are all the other people? I usually have a few people writing in here. Where's Nani? Nani, are you here? You are always here, Nani. Anyway, good. Yeah, when we look now, actually, let me find that on my screen first. Let me see here. Give me just a moment. Yes. All right. Where Oh, here. Good. Let's look at here. Let's look at the SingularityNET website, because this is, I mean, it's cool, it's great, and there's a lot, but yeah, we'll talk about what I mean. So when we go at the SingularityNET website into the ecosystem here, we see this. And this is the SingularityNET ecosystem. And you see here SingularityNET, we go into NewNet, we go into the Singularity DAO, we go here into Hypercycle, we go into Twin Protocol, Awakening Health, Deep Funding, Cogito, here True AGI, which is basically Hyperon, Gem Galaxy, which is music creation. We go here into the Sophiaverse, which we talked about in the last live stream. We go into Singularity Studio, OpenCog Hyperon, Mindplex, which is their social media, by the way. Did you know that there's a social media from SingularityNET, Mindplex? I think it's a little bit, it has potential, let's say it like that. Then we have the Rejuve project down here. Then we have Saka. So there's a lot going on in the SingularityNET ecosystem. What's the thing? My point here is, I wonder if this is maybe a little bit too much going on here, because the most important thing when it comes to achieving anything, when it comes to being good at anything, is focus. You want to focus on one specific thing. Also for you, when it comes to, I don't know, entrepreneurship or content creation or whatever you want to throw yourself into, focus on one specific thing, whether this is one platform, one product, whatever it is, but focus, focus, focus. Focus on one thing, pour your heart, you're all into that, and you will see it grow and accelerate like crazy. When we look at SingularityNET here, we see like this huge ecosystem of here's something, there's something, there's something. So my fear is that they are maybe a little bit too spread out and not focused enough. In my opinion, their full focus needs to be on improving Hyperon and bringing it out to something that is on par with current LLMs. They need to be on par with current LLMs. Now, they have a huge opportunity to get there, because as we looked at last live stream, LLMs are plateauing, right? There are incremental improvements. Yes, Claude 3 is a little bit better than GPT 4.5. Yes, the Llama 3 model is out now, which is also a little bit better in some benchmarks than the other models, which is great, but the improvements are incremental. Small step by small step by small step. Right? Not as before when we had GPT 3.5, which was down here, and then we have GPT 0.4, which is up here. Right now, everything is up here, and it's just, yeah, small step by small step. It's improving, but it's basically plateauing. And Hyperon needs to be on par with it. It needs to be up here. I mean, it would be already freaking amazing if it would be at the level of ChatGPT 3.5, but this is a level that it would need to be. If we seriously want to see a user inflow into Hyperon and people talking about Hyperon. And this is really what we would need. Again, we talked before about that the community is great, amazing. Probably it will be, after the merger, one of the strongest communities in all of crypto, which is fantastic. So this is a very good, solid foundation. But now they need to deliver. We are all excited about the alpha release. For now, the alpha release will probably mainly be for researchers and developers, which is great, don't get me wrong. And maybe I am an absolute noob. I have no idea about programming. Maybe I look into Meta and see, hey, maybe I can go in there and learn a little bit. I would be interested. Maybe we'll make that in a live stream. I don't know. Maybe we look at Meta together in a live stream. But yeah, Hyperon really, once they put out something that is available or can be used by the normal everyday user or very fast, it should be on par with something like ChatGPT 3.5. Or otherwise, I don't see how it could generate a lot of buzz for people to use it, which is really what they need. Now, I would encourage everybody in the community, everybody in the ASI community, to use the products. Also, interact with the Sophiaverse game. Hyperon, once it's out and you can interact with it as much as you can. Why? Because every interaction feeds them data. that they can use to make it better, right? So this is really our part. Our part is to interact with whatever they put out. So they get data they can use to make it better. This is our part as a community. Now, again, when we look here at the ecosystem, there's a lot going on. Now, also, I don't know how the teams behind there look like. I know some people are in multiple, I'm missing the word here, but you know what I mean. Some people are multiple of them. I hope they are not spread too thin. This is really a concern that I have, and I hope they are not. Now, when we look down here, maybe one thing I wanted to show you as well is here's a Mindplex. If you don't know Mindplex, let's go actually to the official website. Mindplex is social media from SingularityNET. So yeah, you maybe want to go here. You can also follow me if you want to. I did not put out anything on Mindplex yet. I'll not register right now, but I'm on Mindplex. My name is Just Philip, I believe, on Mindplex. So yeah, follow me there if you want to use decentralized blockchain social media. Yeah, you can see for itself. Hi there, Nani. I knew you would come. You are here always. I was missing you. Hi there, Nani. Is ChatGPT 3.5 the best? No. ChatGPT 3.5 is a free model of OpenAI, right? It's pretty good, but definitely not the best. The best model right now is Claude 3 Opus. Claude 3 Opus is the best AI model on the market right now. The second best is probably GPT-4, and then I believe we are maybe already seeing Llama 3, which is an open source model, which is freaking amazing. So that's what I'm saying. 3.5 is a pretty good free model. So I feel like Hyperon would need to be on par with 3.5 to generate buzz, right? To generate users, to generate, to get noticed, and to get tech YouTubers and tech influencers to talk about it, so that the marketing, quote unquote, takes care of itself. This is really what we want to see. And if that happens, I'm pretty confident that Hyperon will go absolutely through the roof. And that the ASI token, as you all know, will go bananas. All right, good. It's a speed they work at make them better than others. Sorry for stupid question. Yeah, no worries. You can ask any question here that you want. I love everybody who's asking questions. I love everybody who's here and chatting with me, right? Everybody who's talking with me is a more than welcome guest. Good. Now, one thing I want to mention, as I always mention, if you are new to crypto, if you are unsure how to interact with the market, if you are unsure when is a good time to buy, how to take profits, I would highly recommend that you get my Crypto Beginners course. You can find it down in the comments. I think it says Crypto Beginners course, and there you can get it. And in there, I talk you through self-custody, how to not get scammed, how you can be very, very careful out there, right, to take safety measures, how to interact with the market, and how to not lose everything. One thing you need to be aware of, everybody, or most people who are in crypto lose money. It's very easy to hold a token and write it up into profits. That's very easy, but it's very hard to actually take profits and to get out in profit. Most people write it back down and lose everything. Really, don't be that person. One thing you always need to think about is that everybody in crypto is your competitor. When you write your token up, how do you take profits? You take profits by selling to someone who is buying it. So when you write your token up, write up there there will be someone who is buying your token because he is greedy or she is greedy and thinks, oh God, we are going up. I have FOMO. I need to buy in right now. So yeah, don't be that FOMO person and don't be the person that loses money, as most people in crypto do. And it's just logical that most people in crypto lose money because it gets highly overvalued, and there the people are buying in, and then the people who are taking profits, who are just a few, are basically dumping on everybody who's buying in, and then it all goes down. So yeah, if you don't quite know how to do that, I would highly recommend get the Crypto Beginners course down there in the description. And then also memberships are open. You maybe want to become a member. You can look into that. But yeah, enough about promoting myself. Enough about that. To sum today's live stream up. Yes, Hyperon Alpha. Yeah, we are excited and pumped, especially if you are a developer, if you are a researcher. Now the alpha will be out on the 30th of April. And right the next day, we'll have our next live stream, which will be on the 1st. Yes, that's the Wednesday, the 1st of May. This is our next live stream. And yes, we'll go right into the alpha and we'll see, hey, can we do something with that? My expectation is no, the normal user will not be able to do something with that. It will be mainly for researchers and developers for now, but we'll definitely look into that next Wednesday. And again, as I said, ASI token merger likely first week of May, likely, but we'll see when the actual date is announced. Maybe the date will be announced next week. Of course, we'll look into that. I'll bring you the newest updates to the ASI Alliance, to everything that's going on there every Wednesday, as well as other updates, as you know. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of you over there next Wednesday. Now I'm waiting a few more seconds if there are any more questions or anything else I can talk about for you today. And if not, we'll see each other next week. All right, we have been on for almost 1 hour. Shout out to everybody being on here. Still 15 people watching. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for listening to my sick German accent. Yeah, going to buy few fetch. Thank you for the stream. Most welcome, most welcome. And yes, thank you for being here. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of you next Wednesday. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.